Hi guys, I'm just going to read one sentence as an opening to a thought I want to share with you, hopefully a short one. Simply the sentence, when Captain Ponsonby's reins were cut, his horse became quite unmanageable and galloped off. That, in a sentence, tells you what happened in a lot of encounters on horseback in cavalry warfare. And this is particularly recorded in India by British cavalry troopers and cavalry officers who noted that skilled Indian, and true in Afghanistan as well, skilled Indian, or should we say Asian, horsemen often aimed to cut the reins, or in fact the hand holding the reins, on the left hand side of your horse, if you're the one being attacked. Because of course, when you're fighting on horseback, and Pietro Monte said this as early as 1498, the person who is the greatest fighter, swordsman, warrior on horseback is often defined by the person who's the best rider. So if I'm a better rider than you, I don't necessarily have to be a better swordsman or lancer than you to beat you. I just need to be able to manoeuvre my horse better than you. And if you think about it in terms of the horse being your legs and hips, in a normal fight on foot, my ability to move around and be quick on my feet, just as in boxing or any other competitive sport, is very important to my ability to beat you. If I'm a much better rider than you and I'm able to turn my horse, maybe make my horse kick or jump on command, or even just weave out of the way, and there are examples of cavalrymen seeing cannonballs bouncing along towards them and actually weaving out of the way of them. If I'm a better horseman than you, then I'm going to have a huge advantage than you in one-on-one combat. And this is recorded many, many times in these original accounts, where a better horseman managed to get onto the left-hand side of their opponent and cut the reins, or the hand or arm holding the reins, and thereby essentially rob the person of their ability to control that horse very well. Yes, you can use the knees to control a horse to an extent, and certain styles of rider in various parts of history have actually concentrated on steering and using a horse with their knees and by shifting their weight and their hips and so on. But the majority of cavalry, certainly in the 17th and 20th century, have used reins with their left hand, so their right hand is free to use a weapon. And incidentally, medieval cavalry, although a lot has been written about medieval horsemen training to use their knees to steer the horse, in actual fact they did also have reins held in their hand behind the shield, because it's a useful extra control point. So there you go. Ultimately, a good horseman is a good fighter when it comes to fighting on horseback, and attacking the control mechanism, in other words the left arm and the reins, is a good way of removing that person's ability to use their horse in a fighting sense. And a final parting thought, in various points of history and in various places, people have gone to a lot of lengths to protect that control measure, both by protecting the reins with pieces of metal, chains and such like, and also protecting the arm that holds the reins, such as a left-hand gauntlet, which was popular during the English Civil War, that came right the way up to the elbow, essentially like a shield, essentially, but just a long gauntlet. And even in the 19th century, British cavalrymen serving in India took to wearing chainmail and plate gauntlets to protect from having their riding hands lopped off by toolbars during combat. Thank you.